everyone. Today I was gonna make a video on RoboBoa, but guess what? The neck broke. Doesn't look broken? Let me just show you. That's not normal. See? This is supposed to control the head, but you can hear the motor running. So today I'll go ahead and actually make a quite different video. I'm going to make a repair video on RoboBoa, even though it might be that 9-tooth or 8-tooth gear that breaks, because believe it or not, when I first got it, all of the gears were broken, and it was that kind of gears. So I'll show you guys what I'll do. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta grab a screwdriver, of course, and remove these 8 screws. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 screws. Here you'll find the main board of the boa, and it has a few connectors going up to the head. So I'll pause the video, take that cover off, and show you how you dismantle RoboBoa. So now all of the 8 screws are out, so I'm going to go ahead and take this cover off. One thing, it actually might be a little tough to take off, because of the simple fact that, yeah, I didn't take that screw off. Because of the simple fact that it has a lot of screws. And, there's something I'm going to show later that RoboBoa actually has 2 screws from each side. But the only screw you have to take the entire piece off, like the entire shell off, is the one where the others are. Because in the other side, as you can see right here, there are screws. But these screws only hold this from the top. I think it was that. Like, they only hold those black pieces. Because those black pieces are separate plastics. Come on, you fucking boa. It's kind of painful to take RoboBoa apart, but again, it's not that bad. So here we have the insides. As you can see, it's something a lot more neater than the V2. Here's just some pretty cool harnesses. This is the positive that goes to the switch. Negative. Yeah, it actually has 2 wires for the negative terminal. These are the motors, okay? We have the head motor. We have the we have the tilt motor, we can call it. We have the this motor. And for last, the purple one is the one from the tail, which doesn't need a sensor, a position sensor like the others. So what we're going to do is remove the head. First of all, there's this little ring that you got to take off because it is for holding the wires down. So as soon as you put this on, when you assemble it, or even on the factory, it doesn't pinch. So, later, right after that, we're going to take this one, which is the one for the speaker. We're going to take the first harness out, the other harness out, and then the last third harness. And of course, both motor and position sensor from the head. And here we have the button. One is for the button, the other one is for the light sensor. So right after we got all of those out, we're just able to pull the head off. Simple as that. So now I'm gonna leave this part. I'm gonna leave this part out. Right there. Yeah, of course you guys can see it's still alive. I'm going to leave this part here. And I'll get back with it as soon as I figure out what's on the head. So, right now I'm going to show you how to take apart the head. First of all, you got to take off those 4 screws and take the upper half of the head, which has the button. Then right after that, there's 2 screws right here. I'll show it. I'll just show it. Hold on. So, what you're going to find when you take this piece of the head off and you gotta actually move it upwards, and yeah, it doesn't have any more screws. What you're gonna find when you take this piece off is the face and these two screws. These are the screws that you gotta take off, then do some strength, and take the entire head off. So you can just proceed. You can just do the procedure of the other part, which is again taking 8 screws off, which I think in this are actually 6, but I could be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, actually, in this one, there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 screws, and I'll catch you guys as soon as I take the head off and disassemble this. So now we're gonna take this piece off to reveal the inner part of the head. Oh. Yeah, as always, I forget taking one of the top screws out because they're so well hidden. Also, don't worry about the screws, I have them well counted, okay? And for all of those who want to take apart a RoboBoa, when you get to the head, it's going to be kind of tricky sliding the head down right after you take those 2 flathead screws, but trust me, it's all worth it. You're not really going to get that much of a pain doing that. So we got the head screws, we got some carpal screws, and now I think it's actually time to disassemble it, finally. As I said before, it's really annoying to do with one hand, and I just figured out that this is the place where the wires are hooked up to, so I have to take it apart from the other. There we go. Okay, so of course here we have the speaker. It shocks me that it's an actual regular speaker like Zodak's speaker, not a smaller one. And here we have what's failing. We have the head part, which is somewhat slipping off. So what we gotta do is take all of these harnesses out, slide them through the slot, and of course, just a small tip: when you take this thing all back together, remember how this part was. Okay, in this case, it's facing down. The gearbox, the motor, is facing down and backwards. So basically, I'll just untangle it, and here we have what's failing. The entire head gearbox, which, as I've said before, I'm actually going to check. Hold on. I fucking hate my camera. Yeah, more likely it is an actual broken gear. So, I'll show you again. Now that we have this, I'm actually going to leave this here by the side. I'm going to disconnect this positive wire so that we don't short anything out, and also the negative just for the hell of it, so that I don't want to fry the board or anything. I was once close to fry it, but somehow it survived. So here what we're going to do is we have to take these 4 screws out that hold the main part in. There we're going to find a big gear, which is right here. Right after that, it's just a matter of taking 4 other screws that hold the gearbox internally to this part, which we can already see one. There were only 2, never mind. And then we had to take those tiny 4 screws that I'll show. So right now, first of all, I'll take this off and show you guys how to do the rest. So the first piece is already taken out. As I said before, it's a pretty simple piece. It's just but it's pretty well designed. In all honesty, Mark Tilden used to make awesome robots. So basically, the next thing we should do is take these 2 screws off and then get to those other 4. So here we have the other 4 screws. They're actually pretty long, and as soon as you take these off, you're practically somewhat done. Like, not done, but you just can open the mechanism to see what's wrong. I'll also, just for the hell of it, I'll take this little gear off, because it might be bugging. It might be actually bugging the repair process, just for me to do it better. So again, it's a pretty simple gear, and it has that hook that all of the mechanisms have. So I'll be right back. So now, one thing I'm going to tell it when I reassemble it, but I'll have to turn it on before it's completely reassembled. But I'm going to take the little... Alright, so what we got here now is the entire gearbox, and we're going to see what actually fails. And I think I can see already what's actually failing. Because here's the thing, I remember once gluing a gear down, and it was this main pinion gear, and it's not the original one, but as it had a bigger hole and it was an actual 9-tooth, I guess it could be that. Yep, it's actually that. It's actually that. Let me just show you. When I turn this, the gear's gonna start spinning. Oh, no. Damn it. Yeah, I hate doing this with only one hand, but the main problem is that pinion gear. So if I either A, glue it, or B, replace it, it's gonna be functioning like new. So I'll do my I'll do a second video reassembling the boa, well, stay tuned for that, because it's actually gonna be pretty soon, maybe right now, like right after I fix this up. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.